How long does a dog stay in heat? A dog experiences heat from about 6 months to the rest of life, roughly every 6 months. T is the time period when it is receptive to mating. Some giant breeds cannot go into heat for the first time until they are 18 to 24 months old. Heat usually lasts for 2 to 4 weeks. At the start of the cycle, a female dog might not be receptive to a male dog. However, some dogs are receptive throughout their lives. The heat cycle can be longer or shorter, and it ends when there is no more discharge or bleeding and all the vulva return to its normal size. How long does a dog stay in heat bleed? You may have some questions in mind when it comes to your dog bleeding during the heat. The answer is the proestrus phase lasts for 7 to 12 days. This is the phase during which bleeding occurs. Bleeding usually stops when the estrus phase begins. Male dogs will be attracted to female dogs because of the chemical scents received by females. However, females will not be interested in mating yet. Bleeding outside of a heat cycle or heavy bleeding is not normal. If your dog experiences heavy bleeding, check if it is normal bleeding or it seems excessive. Typically, in the beginning, the discharge is heavier. How long does a dog stay in heat after bleeding stops? The heat cycle usually lasts for about 2 to 4 weeks. Female dogs stay in heat for about 17 to 21 days depending on their size, age, and overall health. They stay in heat for a week or so after bleeding stops. However, some dogs stay in heat for an extra week after bleeding stops. These numbers and figures are averaged and generics. Many dogs go through a silent heat cycle where females do not show signs of being in the estrus phase. The best way to know they are in the heat after bleeding is by seeing males' behavior around females. How long does a dog stay in heat after bleeding? Their heat cycles vary. It has been said that the heat cycle lasts for 2 to 4 weeks. Most females go into heat twice a year. However, certain breeds go into heat once in a year. It's a good idea to talk to your veterinarian about your dog to know what to expect from the dog. Once the bleeding stops, it does not mean that their heat cycle has been ended. They can stay in the heat after bleeding, and it usually lasts for about 1 week or an extra 1 week for some dogs. Don't forget like and subscribe my channel and click on bell button for more videos.